So both of us, like me and my business partner Batul, had like full-time jobs in things outside of the creative industry. Um, I did a lot of different things. I worked in the public sector. I worked in the private sector. I worked in an investment company, because I really needed to understand the business side of creativity. I feel like one of the most difficult things in the creative sector is that a lot of creatives want to have nothing to do with business, and it doesn't sell. So like the way they write doesn't sell. It won't get an audience. And I felt like I have to be in touch with the real world and the experiences that most people have, being an employee and having a job and so forth, and at the same time understand the business technicalities of what it means to create a business, a successful business, and how do people think and so forth. But I still, I had a very big passion for writing. So even when I had a full-time job, I used to wake up at 4 a.m. and I was working on my novel. I would write for 3 hours and then like shower and go to work. So then I realized, then actually my boss was like, "What are you doing here? Like, I feel like you should be elsewhere. Like, you don't belong here." And I just stopped and I was like, like for my boss to say that, like he was the CEO of the company, I was like, there's something wrong. Like, I genuinely don't, like, why? I feel like I kept waiting for a company to hire me, for me to have my dream job. And then I realized that I have to start the company that would hire me, So I was like, oh, I have to do all the work. And I was like, okay, let's do it. And then I asked Batul to join me. Batul was working at the UN. And Batul is a film producer. She also studied film. And from there, we competed in this like entrepreneurship competition at Zinc, and we won like 15,000 JDs, and we were like, oh, this is good money, like let's do this. I feel like at that point also, my father was sick. My father passed away last year, and I feel like that was a very big experience for me, because I realized that just like, what do I want to live for, this was very important for me. So like I realized that this is the only thing, like the idea of me creating, like creation is the only reason why, like that's how I pursue joy. So I was like, I think leaving my full-time job was important for me, because it broke this obsession with being financially secure, having the financial security of a paycheck at the end of the month. And I had to make a decision between money and long-term happiness. And I don't make that much right now, but I feel like I'm building something that maybe at some point will mean something not just to me but to other people. And in terms of topics, like the dream is to be smart and subtle, but also very clear in kind of talking about things that people want to avoid talking about, but want to talk about and listen to. So that's why it's controversial. Like, I don't think I'm not afraid of controversy. And I think also one very important thing is that for me, and for also my business partner, for us, making film in series comes from a very spiritual process. Like, I believe in, like, life is about searching for a divine experience, and stories come from that place of what is this human life that we're living, who are these people that we're interacting with, what is the meaning of life, what should we pursue, and what are the characters that we see in life that we can also aspire to become, or agree and disagree with. So for me, it's making film is like prayer for me.